GZM Shows and the creators of 6 Minutes are rolling out their newest audio adventure with the podcast Discovering Dad. A cautious single dad with a secret past and his rebellious kids embark on a thrilling quest complete with hidden treasure, villains, and a family curse. New episodes of Discovering Dad roll out weekly starting June 11th on Apple Podcasts. Follow the show so you never miss an episode, or listen early and ad-free as a GZM Shows subscriber. Go to gzmshows.com to learn more.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Burntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I uncover the blasphemous truth of a plague-ridden world, that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Burntwine, coming January 2nd, wherever podcasts are available.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
You'll know Biffy Clyro from their 9 studio albums, 5 of which have made their way to the top of the charts, and critics even love the band. In 2011, they were nominated for the Best British Group at the Brit Awards. In 2013, they won the Best British Band at the NME Awards. Of course, they've headlined massive festivals. And as of last year, they spent 165 weeks in the top 75 of the UK album charts, practically 3 years straight. And when James Johnston, their bass player, was a guest, we talked about seeing Rancid at a pub in Glasgow when he was just 14 years old. He shared a near-death story, the superpower that he'd want to have, the shows that he was binge-watching at the time, how he saw Trainspotting 2 before it hit the theaters, and James talked about career highlights, like getting a #1 album with a double record. And as you'll hear him say, it's a risky move in recent times with how people consume music. Listen to this.
I'd probably say getting a #1 album with a double record in the UK, I think that's got to be a definite highlight. I think it shows the band not compromising on what we want to achieve as a band. You know, I think any good rock band should release a double album at some point. It's quite a risky move in a day and age where everyone's trying to tell us that people have lost patience, that people won't listen to more than a song at a time. And
Right.
I think it goes to show you that people still like good music. People don't give music enough time that music is good enough, if that doesn't sound too bold. And that's how we felt. We really wanted to make a double album with Garth. We knew it was going to be a lot of work, but we were really proud of it. And I think for that to be quite a kind of underground, perhaps, thing to do, it's certainly not commercially a very clever thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But to release a double album, get to #1, I think was a real highlight for us.
Listen to this on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC approved repair shop. Find them online at tedcorvsuppliesinc.com.
Talmor, Sheshin Morachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, it's Rachel Ballinger, and I am extremely excited to invite you to Rachel Uncensored. It's my podcast where I sit down and get real with my friends and celebrity guests, where we talk about all sorts of topics. And sometimes we might be under the influence when we do so. We cover things from personal stories to hot button issues. And it's the only place on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. It's a side of me that you might not have seen before because it's not the most family or brand friendly. But don't worry, I'm still sort of slightly a decent human being. If you're intrigued, then make sure you check it out. New episodes drop every Wednesday. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on the fun and candid conversations we have here on Rachel Uncensored.